Donald Trump is seeking to push a compromise proposal on the issue of Crimea through the United Nations. What could potentially change for Ukraine as a result of this? The Trump administration has put forward an initiative to remove from the United Nations resolution the provisions that affirm Ukraine's territorial integrity and condemn the Russian occupation of Crimea and other Ukrainian regions. This was reported by the Kyiv Post, citing its own sources.
And for more details, please check out our full report. You're watching the Glavred channel, and I'm your host, Yevhen Serov. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to our channel.
The publication notes that every year, Ukraine formally and officially submits for consideration a resolution to the Third Committee of the UN General Assembly, entitled Situation of Human Rights in the Temporarily Occupied Territories of Ukraine, including the Autonomous Republic of Crimea and the city of Sevastopol. The document has traditionally served as a particularly important and influential diplomatic tool, one that reaffirms the ongoing and steadfast international support for Ukrainian sovereignty. It also carefully records human rights violations in territories that have been seized and occupied by Russia. The authors remind us that in December of last year, the United States of America, along with 77 other countries, expressed their support for the adoption of this important resolution. A total of 78 countries voted in favor of the resolution. The document reaffirmed Ukraine's territorial integrity, strongly condemned Russia's annexation of Crimea, and highlighted the worsening human rights situation in the occupied territories. At this stage, Washington is now actively seeking to remove these specific formulations. The United States, according to two sources who spoke on condition of anonymity, firmly insists that the resolution be submitted in a broader format under the title War in Ukraine, with absolutely no mention of territorial integrity or aggression. The publication states that Western partners, in private discussions, often express considerable concern because this move could potentially and effectively weaken the main annual United Nations resolution, which has consistently condemned Russian aggression, and would also signify a departure from the bipartisan consensus that has been carefully maintained since the year 2014. This is yet another example of how Washington is gradually moving away from Ukraine's key interests at this particularly critical moment in diplomacy. If these important formulations are removed, the signal to Moscow will be absolutely unambiguous. The United States is no longer leading the defense of the international order, one unnamed European diplomat said in his comment. The authors of the article conclude that, on the eve of the vote, the Allies are hoping the White House will change its position. However, so far, signals from Washington indicate otherwise. The United States' commitment to defending Ukraine's borders, which was previously the foundation of transatlantic unity, is once again being called into question.